it's Bobs. I hope you all have been well. Just taking a moment to soak all of this in. The sunlight coming from the windows. It's nice and quiet. I know it's been a long time ago since I filmed a Q&A video. So weeks ago, I mentioned that I'll be filming one. So I asked you guys to send in your questions. If you haven't added me on Instagram yet, don't forget to do so because I actually use Instagram a lot, especially when it comes to answering your questions because they did add the Ask Me a Question feature a little while back. I've really been looking forward to this. We just got back from our family holiday 2 days ago and it's been such an amazing trip. Totally needed the family time. But I think I know what people say that like after family holidays, like it's almost as if you need a holiday because as fun as it is, it can also be pretty exhausting. So it's nice that I'm able to sit down here with my doggy and chat with you all. So very first question is, what do you have to say about the beauty community right now? Would you consider making a video to share your truth? Kind of wish I didn't start with this question first because I'm quite stumped for words. I don't know. Am I supposed to have anything to say? This is actually quite a tricky question, so I'm guessing if I were to really break it down, it really goes down to, do you think the beauty community is falling apart? It depends. You know, it depends how you look at the beauty community. The optimist in me believes that the beauty community is there. I believe that there are still a lot of really wonderful people making quality content who just want to share all things beauty, who just want to share everything they're learning. So obviously there will still be people who would watch tutorials, but I would say that it just happens that majority, I think, and it must be because these videos are the ones that drives up all the views. It just seems like controversy and drama has become like a huge thing in the beauty community. Something that I guess I don't really have. So I can see why people would think my channel is just bland because it doesn't have all that. When it comes to deep truth videos, some of them are people making really good points. And then there's some truth videos where it really is just about the drama. I could jump to the bandwagon, but I really wouldn't actually have that much to say in general because maybe in the past few years I've just kind of like distanced myself a little bit more. It's because a few of the bigger beauty influencers are getting into controversial stuff. Doesn't mean that the entire beauty community is that way. Which YouTube couple do you ship the most? I really love the way Justin looks at April and I love the way they talk to each other. There's so much respect. I also really love the way Benji speaks of Judy at the same time. If you guys plan for, okay, I knew there would be this type of question. If you guys plan for a third child, would you prefer a boy or girl? So 2 days ago, when we were on an airplane, Tim was holding Ayla and Isaac on his lap and they were looking at the window. He actually turned around to me and said, "Ooh, they just about fit my lap. What are we gonna do when we have a third?" My face went from, I believe 2 is our magic number. 2 means we can hold 1 each. Like I said, Tim has always said that he believes that somewhere down the line we are going to have a third, and when it does happen, or if it does happen, sorry, we will be happy. I love having a son and I love having a daughter, but say I'm somehow given the choice to choose for my third child, I think I would like another daughter just because I like the idea of sisters. I was brought up with 2 sisters. How does the Bubs today compare to the old Bubs? Technically, this is the old Bubs. It's kind of funny because in Facebook they do this thing where they show you like this day so years ago. So it showed me a certain day 5 years ago and I was on my honeymoon. And I remember looking at the picture and I was just thinking, wow. The thing that was most amazing to me wasn't the fact that I was so much tanner and slimmer and younger, but the fact that I was just sitting out in nature and gazing out, amazed at my surroundings. And I was looking at the picture and I mean there's some days randomly I'll go through just little moments where I'm like, wow, I kind of miss the old me where I wasn't a parent and it wasn't all about my kids. I used to think that I lost myself when I became a parent because it was all about the child. Oh, what would life be like if I didn't have kids? And I came to the conclusion that most likely I would still be living in Hong Kong. I'd probably be traveling loads. apartment would be really clean, my career probably would progress a bit better, but then I would miss out on all of this. I think I've always been quite a grateful person, but having kids have somehow just really made me cherish all the little things in life. I'm still having adventures, they're just different kind of adventures and they're not any less. My children have really taught me to cherish the magic in all the little things. It's not that I lost a part of me, it's that I also gained a new, like the old me is still there, but it's also that I gained a new part of me. And like I always say, you can't just stay the same, like nothing is constant, right? And I'm grateful for the old me, 2007, 2008. I'm grateful for that me, because if it wasn't for that me, I wouldn't become the me that I am today. So I'm gonna be grateful for the me that I am right now, so that I can become future me. You know what I'm saying? I guess the old me, I didn't really know what life was gonna bring me. I spent a lot of time just experimenting with makeup and it was really, really fun. I loved getting ready. Old me was getting ready for life. The new me, I just wanna live it. So like makeup, it's just obviously time is limited, so I kind of have to prioritize things. So instead of really making myself up these days, I'm making dinner, I'm making soap, I'm making chocolate with my kids, I'm making memories. What's the most difficult thing about being a mother? Honest hour, with all the great stuff that comes with having children, there's a lot of difficult things as well when it comes to being a mother. And you know, like I mentioned before, having time is one of them. I think it's mom guilt for me. When I'm too focused on my kids, I have guilt because I'm dropping my work. But when I'm doing my work, I have guilt because I'm not spending enough time with my kids. Even though I look at my kids and they obviously look happy and healthy, I think the mom guilt is something that I'm gonna have to work on. I'm not actually sure why, like us moms, why we put so much pressure on ourselves. I mean, I'm sure I get a lot of judgment, but none of that pressures me or anything actually. It's myself. I'm the worst critic and I'm the one that puts the most guilt upon myself. I think a lot of times us moms, we just need to give ourselves a little pat on the shoulder because you're enough, you're doing great. How would you react if Isaac or Ayla are gay, bi, / LGBT? If they are, they are. It doesn't change the love I have for them. Are you really considering leaving YouTube? I watched your videos since 2009 and can't imagine life without your daily doses of happiness. I can't remember which vlog it was, but I talked about when the time comes. I wasn't saying that I was going to leave anytime soon, guys. It got me really emotional because a lot of you guys are like, Bubs, I completely understand, but I'll miss you. Answer to your question, I'm not considering leaving YouTube as of any moment. I've always been really grateful for YouTube and everything it has brought me. I believe YouTube is going to last for a very, very long time, but we all know that eventually one day, you know, not all of us are going to continue to do YouTube. And I mentioned that even if I don't do it, I would still love to be in touch with you guys. It's definitely something that I do think about from time to time. Now more often than I used to, just because of the kids. These few years, it actually makes it a lot easier because I do it recreationally, as a hobby, as a video diary than anything else. Who is your favorite on YouTube? Do you have a YouTube BFF? You guys would probably know, but I don't actually have an awful lot of YouTube friends. Like me being here in Northern Ireland, even when I wasn't in Northern Ireland, I was in Hong Kong for 7 years. A lot of my really close friends are people who don't do YouTube. I don't particularly try to make extra effort to be friends with someone just because they are YouTubers either. I mean, if they are, cool. With that being said, there are a lot of amazing people that I really respect on YouTube and really look up to and admire, that really inspire me. Too many for me to mention, like all the really like awesome people I've met. So you guys can probably guess this, but I do have a soft spot for Michelle. Michelle was just one of my earliest inspirations, and she was there for me during a really dark part of my life. And even now, if I were to tell people, I can't exactly remember the things she said to me during that time, but I can just remember how she made me feel, which was safe. You opened up on Tim's drinking in your book. Can you share more on how he overcame his drinking issues? I think, like, obviously Tim is a lot better than before, but he still drinks now occasionally, by the way, which is okay. It's just he doesn't drink to the degree that he used to be, or drink as frequently as he used to. I guess he just realized that, like, with his drinking friends, they don't know the whole extent of him. With your drinking buddies, they only see that side of you. They don't know you as a whole, if that makes sense. And I think when it came to socializing, he just didn't really understand the differences, that you know, socializing doesn't always have to come with drinks. Of course it can, but it doesn't have to every time. So he does a lot of really healthy hobbies these days, and he's starting to really take interest in sport, and he's meeting like new people from Bible studies, but of course he still enjoys a good drink from time to time. For him, it's all about balance, and before, obviously, he was struggling as a new father, so I guess alcohol was just sort of an escape from that. Of course, it wasn't actually ever going to solve anything, you know, it made everything worse. But I think just understanding all of that. There was a time in my life where I really hated his guts, and I questioned myself every day if I married the right guy. But I can tell you, as I sit here today, he has just progressed so much and come such a long way, and I'm just so proud of him, and I'm glad that we overcame the storm together. Before, I was nagging out of love, but like the more I told him, like, you can't do this, the more I said, you must do this. More people told him, you can't do this, you can't do this. It made him want to do it more. I know it sounds really silly, which he admits, but when we started understanding, I guess his heart softened. I won't be able to completely answer this question because I'm not him, but speaking as his wife, support and patience really is the key thing. And of course, the fact that he gradually really opened his heart to Isaac, because, you know, because he was struggling father then, he couldn't feel that way for Isaac. There was actually a lot of resentment he had in his heart because he felt like this child not only took away his life, but also his wife. You guys know now, obviously Isaac adores him, and I didn't actually ever think that we would have another child because we're badly scarred from the first time in that first year. But, you know, now we have Ayla, and he knows how to work Ayla in a lot of ways much better than I would know. So I'm incredibly proud of him. Thank you so much for the questions. I'm gonna stop here today because I need to head out to run some errands. So of course, if you have any more questions, you can comment them below, or you can tweet me your question with hashtag AskBubs. You guys have a fab day, and I will talk to you soon.